Before you bitches try to gotcha me, I'll do it myself. Yes, I look like fucking Vegeta with this motherfucking tall ass, spiky ass hair, bitch. I look like a knockoff version of The Weeknd. Boo-hoo, beat you to it. Yes, I'm old as fuck and I got stuffed animals. Who gives a fuck? Don't let your age scare you. Because a lot of people will be like, oh my god, once you get to this age, you can't do this or that or this anymore because it won't be seen as attractive. For some shit, sure. But like most shit, no. People are mad as fuck at Tracy Ellis Ross just because she had the nerve to be like, hey, look, I have great tits and I'm hot. And then people are like, how dare you? Ooh, you think this is so fucking empowering? You're unmarried, no kids, and you're showing your tits on the internet, but this is empowering. It's like, yeah, because some people want you to just pretend like your life is over if you aren't fucking married at like 20 or some shit. And that if you dare to even cough or breathe in the air past age 21, then you're deserving of the death penalty, especially if you're a woman. And it's fucking weird. Like, dude, I was literally fucking 17 in high school. I saw this fucked up chart that said women start to lose their attractiveness and become ugly, bitter cows who aged like shit with saggy tits and ran through pussies once they hit like 20. And I was like 17 thinking, oh my god, I'm gonna be so undesirable. Oh no, I'm wasting my youth. I haven't become a huge celebrity yet. I'm not a Disney teen celebrity star. Oh my god, I'm wasting my potential. My life is over. I should fucking end it. And then look at me now. I'm about to be 24. And if anything, I've gotten, like, I'm on the apps right now. And there's like 7 different dudes trying to take me to Napa as we speak. Like 7 different dudes and counting. Every time I match with someone, they're like, hey, you're hot as fuck. You want to go to Napa Valley? When I was 17, guess what? I couldn't even get niggas to like text back properly. So it's like, yeah, if I could go back in time, I would tell myself, girl, if anything, don't even trip over these niggas, because like you will always have someone to love you and want you. A lot of these people are fucking stupid that you'll deal with. Don't trip on them. Just keep writing those scripts, keep working on those goals, and honestly, like your tits, yeah, they won't always be perfectly perky together, but guess what? They're actually gonna still look surprisingly delicious even when they stop being like so pointy and cone like. Like they're still gonna be fucking amazing. Like, okay, yeah, you age. You age, it's okay. Your cheeks lose fat. Your fucking jawline and your bone structure gets more intense. Your boobies fall slightly more into your fucking armpits and they don't perfectly like shoot up like rockets anymore. Your nipples kind of change. Your pussy kind of changes. But it's actually not all that bad. Like, I thought it was gonna be fucking horrifying. Like, nah, and the only people who have lost attraction to me, well, actually, no, even the people who are, like, yeah, everyone's still attracted to me. Like, the only reason you would be considered less attractive is if you were someone who was gonna be manipulated by pedophiles or femophiles, if you want to be specific, or people who prey on naivety. Like, do you know how many people I've met recently who I thought, like, I would look at them and I'd be like, yeah, this person's like, what, like 23, 25? No, they're 32. I met this one dude, I was like, oh, this dude must be 32. No, he's fucking 56. It's like, so you can, there's a photo of Grace Jones right now that is even better than Tracy Ellis's Ross and how she's aging, and that's really saying something. So I have to remind myself, one, black doesn't crack. Two, aging isn't something to be ashamed of. I'm gonna love myself even if one day I age like that fucking wild witch from that Studio Ghibli movie Spirited Away. Even if I have like a million fucking dark circles, a million crow's feet, even if my titties hang past my fucking knees, I'm gonna be happy as fuck. I'm gonna be lit as fuck. Cause like, you just have to have your self worth not rooted in desirability. There's nothing shameful about not having kids. Cause guess what? That shit's terrifying. I had a friend give birth today and I'm happy for her. But at the same time, I know she's gonna tell me all the fucking details about how painful and excruciating that shit really was. And frankly, like, yeah, I don't envy her whole process of being pregnant. Like, it's cute that she has a baby. It's beautiful, looks just like her. I'm happy for her. I don't need, like, but if someone was like, oh, I don't need to have a baby to be happy, cool, cool. I would like a baby. That would be cool for me. But at the same time, even if I chose not to have children, cool. I just get to fill up my time and utilize it even better. I don't know, some people like, yeah, some people don't fall into the whole conservative traditionalist trap of, ooh, you need to be wed by 23 unless you want to be an old wench with 79 cats who lives in a forest somewhere and can't get pleasured by a man and she plays with her pussy all day. No offense, that sounds like something off of my Pinterest fucking dream board. No offense. That would be fucking fantastic. And yeah, just I don't know. I hate the limits put on women, especially, and most people really. Like you're never too old for anything you think, and the only things that you're too young for are maybe like I don't know things that aren't that great anyway. Like I remember I became 21. Actually, I had alcohol before I was even like the legal age of drinking, and even then I was like, why do people like this? It's not that good. I can like go without this for the rest of my life. Sex, the same thing. I was like, hey, I can go a long time without this. Why is there so much pressure to like have sex young or else you're some fucking loser? It's like, no, you don't need sex. If anything, I applaud people who can go their whole lives without needing sex, weed, drugs, any of that shit because they're just living life on their own fucking terms and not giving in to peer pressure. And peer pressure is the root of a lot of evil, baby. Like I remember when I was younger, my mom was like, "Oh no, Tamia's like almost 10 and she still has stuffed animals. I'm going to trick her. I'm going to say if she trades her beloved childhood stuffed animal with me that she sleeps with every night to, be able to fall asleep because she's a fucking insomniac, if I trade her a fucking Build-A-Bear Workshop gift card so that she can get an even better bear, she's gonna accept it. Plot twist, the card didn't have any fucking funds on it and we never used it and she never took me to a mall. So yeah, that was her way of taking away my teddy bear. And guess what? It didn't remove my interest in loving stuffed animals. No! And also it was like, yeah, I had other ones too, stupid. And yeah, we see how that worked out. Hey Ruby, hey Carmichael, we love you. And also, no offense, these are great to sleep with. They're like pillows, but cute. Also, there's that weird thing, especially as a teenager, where you're like too old and too young for a lot of shit, so it adds a lot of pressure and panic. Where it's like, I don't know, you'll feel like a fucking loser if you don't have your first kiss, your first fuck, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, if you don't party. The whole time, it's like, nah, I aged without a whole lot of that shit. Well, okay, I did kiss people. Of course I did. And I fucked when I was like 17 or so, and I had sexual encounters, big or small, before even that age, too. But at the same time, I probably could have gone the rest of my fucking life and had an easier time in school had I not gotten involved with any of that. And frankly, for people who are like, oh no, like I'll see people get online on Reddit like, oh no, I'm 19 and I haven't had a first kiss and I haven't had sex yet. Is it over for me? Should I just finally fucking kill myself? It's like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You're a baby. You're gonna be okay, my love. We love you. You're fine. No, you just like focus on building a life that you're happy with at its core, and then of course still try to put yourself out there and meet people. Or do you want to just sit there and complain and debate on suicide, but then not do it, and then continue like never growing as a person or trying new things? Let's like come on now, just try. It's okay. We love you. And as I was gonna say, also I remember like as a teen, it was especially promoted in terms of like, how do I put this? When you're like under the age of 18, you're not allowed to wear certain shit because society's like, ooh, you're too young to be wearing that. You don't want to be seen as a slut. Ooh, that's too grown to be wearing at that age. But then actually, once you actually age past 18 and then the time ticks on, suddenly it's the reverse. Suddenly it's, oh my god, that outfit is so immature. That's meant for the younger girls. Aren't you supposed to be an adult now? Like, you look like a child. And it's like, what the fuck? So it's like, you mean to tell me when I was an actual child, I couldn't wear pigtails? I couldn't because it was seen as too grown and sexual of a look, and that I wanted male attention and was into DDLG. But then now that I'm an adult, it's seen as a childish look. And so it's like no matter like you're just sexualizing me and demonizing it either way. Let a girl like dude. That's how I grew out my afro so long. I put my hair in two sections because it could not grow otherwise. And oh my god, it was just to stop it from matting and tangling. Jesus. And then the same thing for certain articles of clothing and certain lifestyles and hobbies and shit. It's just like I feel like there's so much pressure surrounding like age. Like Jesus, like the way people pressure fucking kids when they're like it's like really the pressure starts when you're like fucking 14 through 18. You need to figure out what you're going to do for the rest of your life at your most vulnerable naive fucking age, just like you barely fucking got your braces off, barely your tits have grown in, you don't know what the fuck is going on, you don't know what taxes are, you like it's like oh you're not fucking responsible enough to like it's illegal for someone like you to have a baby because we can't or to adopt a child because they don't trust you to create a life that is safe for someone else, but oh you can do it for yourself, little miss 15-year-old, and we can trust you to for all of these fucking like millions of dollars in college funds and debt, and we trust that you are going to be able to like you can't even buy a concert ticket under the age of 18 because they'll be like yeah no we don't want to risk children being stupid as fuck and making bad decisions and fucking us over. Like there are some places like really And so but oh, okay, I can choose to be $500,000 in debt for a fucking useless liberal arts degree. Oh, sure. And I don't know, I'm just getting to the point where I'm just kind of realizing age doesn't really, like, to an extent it does matter, but to another extent it doesn't. In terms of, like, choosing your sexual partners, yes, yes. Like, how do I put this? It's a bad idea to date an older guy. If you're watching this and you're like, I should date someone who's older, bad fucking idea. But at the same time, I'm not gonna pretend I haven't noticed the difference in the childishness and immaturity between when I've dated a dude in his 20s and when I've dated a dude in his 30s and 40s and 50s. Same shit, different scent is how I would describe it. They're all still childish and immature, but it's like if I did have to choose, it's like I would like the ones who like know what a 401k is and have a house, not the ones who have 8 roommates and like have a Snapchat still. Anyway, the point I'm making is that age is so like it's like if you're of legal age, do what the fuck you want. Do it. Like just fucking have fun, live your life, make the decisions you want. People are going to judge you regardless. Like hell, I have some videos and stuff I've made where people commented, "Don't post this. You're ruining your fucking future." You're like, "How would your future kids think about if they saw a video like this?" And it's like, "Bitch, I've already planned ahead for that. I plan to already pre-plan out my life as a dirty fucking grandmother or the cool fucking auntie, and I'm gonna have a big fucking family that's vulnerable as fuck with each other and already knows all of my life experiences and stories very candidly, and we joke about them over the fucking dinner table. And I'm rich as fuck off of my videos and my talent and my everything that I've done because I lived without shame. Shame is just a tool to keep people the fuck down. In some ways it's good, in other ways it's bad. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna shame Tracy Ellis Ross for daring to be like, hey, look, I'm old as fuck, and instead of looking like Betty fucking White, I look like Halle fucking Berry in Catwoman. I've got perky, luscious brown mocha colored titties and a nice snatched waist and fertile fucking hips, and I'm just living life awesome and wealthy and rich and hot and untouchable, and no one deserves me, and I'm happy. And then guess what? The only people that are mad about it are people who are mad because their fallacy of like, ooh, once you hit a certain age, you're pathetic and can't do this and can't do that. They have self-fulfilling prophecies that they want to project onto you to stop you from like having your own future. It's so pathetic. Some of these people still have the 1950s mindset of that a woman is worthless and she can't achieve her goals and do shit and she just needs to stay at home fiddling her thumbs waiting for a man to come save her. So we don't want to be saved. Don't save us because we have jobs and consent and autonomy. We don't need you, bitch. But on top of all that, I guess I was also going to say I heard this quote today that was like, don't clip your wings for a man because the same man will judge you for not being able to fly. And I wholeheartedly believe that because it's like because it's like we've seen how abusive people can get when you rely on them, and we've seen how dangerous that can get. And I think the only people who are really mad at Tracy Ellis Ross are people who are like the people who are like, ooh, I want my woman at home, fully covered, barefoot, around the house, bread, always cooking for me, baking for me, and thinking about me. But if a woman dares to think about herself and live a life on her own terms, those same people are going to flip shit. Not just because they hate her and they hate her lifestyle, but they'll also be like, shit, we can't promote this because then other women who could be like foolishly thinking that like they need to be with me, a 50-year-old man who's rich and successful or just any man, doesn't matter how what their age or how good they are to them, that they just need a man and that they need to be perfectly chaste and never have any opinions and this and that. If they figure out like if those same girls that we want to be young and stupid and fit into a box of our own desires, if they figure out that they can dress what they want, do what they want, and that we can't do shit about it, then we're fucked. And that's why the male loneliness epidemic is also a thing, because it's just like, yeah, women have higher standards now and are fine to just be like sexy at home with a bunch of vibrators and some cats and their home girls and some really good TV shows and well-rounded diets and a bunch of hobbies that they're not giving up because other people don't like them. That's why like a bunch of women are just deciding, sure, I could be like 20 years old and married and like probably years later have been in a relationship with that fucked up guy, multiple kids, miserable as fuck. Like hell, that could have happened to me too if I really, really, really wanted to believe that I was just at my prime and was gonna rot like a fucking weird dying animal at like fucking age 20. I've had multiple opportunities to marry people as soon as possible. I did not take them, thankfully. And because of that, it's like, oh, look, it's 3 years later, and it's like I get to dress extremely hot. I get taken out to all sorts of cool events and meet cool people and do cool things, and I don't have to claim any of the people who take me out. I have stuffed animals and wild hair and buck wild opinions and stories, and I still have no lack of people who have an interest in being my friend or being my lover. I still have total freedom. I don't have to do anything. I just, yeah. I have spent a lot of my life trying to conform to whatever could be seen as the most palatable. But at the same time, no offense, once that facade dropped and I realized, if me and a bunch of other women and like other people just trailblaze really fucking hard to try to build a path, that doesn't mean we have to just wear like always cover our cleavage and our necklines and always do this and always do that and never and always hold our tongue. If we get to just figure out, hey, we get to live an even better life, not having to just like be under someone else's thumb, then yeah. And so that's why I do what I do. I'd rather be known for this. Yeah. So I guess the point of this video is just like stop being afraid. You're not too old to like Vera Wang, if I recall, she made her first dress at like, I don't know, somewhere between 40 and 70. I don't remember exactly, but she lived a long fucking life and now she's known for her dresses. It took her a while. Oprah Winfrey, same thing. She was relatively older when she got her success. Like, simply put, Kim K. I don't even know Kim K's age. All I know is, guess what? Every time I see her naked, I still go, awooga! Just like I did when I was young and saw her naked in that fucking sex tape for the first time. Because guess what? Her body's still banging and she shouldn't need to hide it just because she had kids. Because there's nothing shameful about being a woman. There's nothing shameful about aging. Just, yeah, keep it up. Bye.